Las Vegas, and welcome to Chris Garcia, the Conservative American. I want to first start off by saying I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for just giving me the opportunity to be here every day. Beautiful downtown Las Vegas, beautiful Radio Tribune facilities, and I just feel so blessed to be always doing this show and coming to you. I will always talk about the things that are important to the American people. I will always fight for the rights of the average American people. That's what my show is all about. And with that, I want to get started today. The subject of the show is there is no government conspiracy. I'm so tired of hearing people talk about this government conspiracy, and there's a conspiracy with this, and there's a conspiracy with that. There is no government conspiracy. Let me tell you what's going on out here. You have people that we elect to senator, congressmen, House of Representatives, mayors, governors, so on and so forth. We, the American people, the electorate, are the people that are in control of the destiny of the United States of America. And that's what so shocked a lot of these liberal stations, is that the American people took their country back. You know, the only conspiracy is that if you sit back and if you do absolutely nothing, if you allow things to happen, that's the conspiracy. There is no, people only get away with what we allow them to get away with. If we hire people in positions that are going to do nothing but siphon money from the American people, that are going to do nothing but cut deals with other governments to put money in their pocket, and they're not going to do anything to help the United States citizen, they're not going to do anything to fight for the American people to keep jobs in this country, then that wasn't a conspiracy. That was our fault because we're the ones that voted them in. Now, hopefully we voted in a president, Donald Trump, who's going to fight for the American people. I believe that. I believe that for the last 15 months. So is everybody here at Radio Tribune. I mean, we had Trump signs all outside this establishment months ago, a year ago. And we've had our windows broken out. We had death threats. We had people sending us letters saying that they have guns and they're going to come in here and they're going to do away with me and Rolando and everybody in here. But that doesn't scare us because you have a voice. And if you have a voice, there is no such thing as a conspiracy. The only conspiracy is if you don't fight for what you believe in. The people always run the government. Don't ever make any mistake about it. Governments only get away with what we allow them to get away with. You know, even you look at some of these countries, these communist countries, you know, if you know your history, governments have been overthrown from the beginning of time. When the people get sick enough of the government, they will overthrow. If they continue to vote in people, those people do nothing for them. I don't care if you was in Russia, you know, the czars have been hung up, the whole families have been hung up. If you in England, France, whatever, people have been killed and assassinated, leaders all over the world, in third world countries, in South America, everywhere. When the people get tired of what you're doing, they will put you out of office. So there is no such thing as a conspiracy. It's only when the people fail to take back the power of their own country. And that, to me, is what's been happening in the United States for the last 25, 30 years. We continue to elect politicians in office who are only looking out for their bottom line. They're only looking out for themselves. They're only looking out to make them and their friends richer. And those are the kind of people that were voted in office. They come to these cities and these meetings and they get on TV and they smile in the American people's face and these caucuses, and they do absolutely nothing for the American people. They promise you something, and in 4 years they come back and they ask you for your vote again, which is what's going on in the African American community and the Hispanic community. I've been saying that for the longest time. Stop talking about the man. Stop talking about these wacky. Apologies to my friend Alex Jones, who I think is doing a great job getting news out. But they're not conspiracies. You know, when you continue to send these people to Washington D.C. and Chicago, Danny Davis and some of these other people, you know, Jesse Jackson's son, who's in prison right now, has been proven to be a thief. But you continue to elect these people and send them to represent you. You're setting up your own conspiracy. There is no conspiracy. They're not going to do anything but help themselves. They're going to help themselves to the money. They're going to help themselves to behind the scenes deals. And they're not going to they might build a store in your community and then come back in 4 years, or a local YMCA And in 4 years, they come back and they ask you for your vote in front of that YMCA, and they cut the ribbons in front of everybody, and they make it seem like they've done a lot for the community. Barack Obama did absolutely nothing for Chicago, in particular the South Side of Chicago, which is the most dangerous community in the world, not just in this country. 56 more shootings over last weekend. He did nothing. Jesse Jackson, Black Lives Matter, they do. Where is no conspiracy? You do, the leaders of those communities do nothing for those communities. And we continue to vote them into office, sending to Washington, D.C. to do absolute, which is why Donald Trump talked about draining the swamp. If you ever been to Louisiana, or you ever been to South Florida, you know what a swamp is. It's full of crooked alligators. It's full of crooked people, mosquitoes, and all kind of other low-life beings. And that's why he was talking about draining the swamp. Well, guess who put those crocodiles and those alligators in the office? The American people did. That's the conspiracy. The conspiracy is we keep voting those people into office. That's what's amazing to me. And I hear people get on TV and on the radio and these call-in shows, oh, the government Illuminati. Shut up. The Illuminati, the government, is you being stupid to continue to vote these same. Could you imagine if the country, I mean, that's 65 million morons go into the polling places and pull the lever and push the button for Hillary Rodham Clinton. Can you imagine that? I mean, Barack Obama in 8 years did what it took 80 years to do. He doubled the national debt in 8 years. And the person that served under him, his right-hand person, Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, we were going to 65 million morons. We're going to put her into office. Can you imagine that? So what would she do in 8 years? Double that debt to 40 trillion? And then you say there's a conspiracy. The only conspiracy is you voted her in office. That's the conspiracy. The conspiracy is there are people like Donald Trump screaming to the top of his lungs. She is a criminal. She's only going to take money for herself. Look at the emails. Look at the Clinton Foundation. And yet people were crying when she didn't win the election. So when the jobs continue to leave this country, when the factories continue to pack up and leave this country, when your Obamacare premiums go through the roof, is it a conspiracy? Or did your stupid butt go into the polling places and vote for her again? You just voted for another 4 years of Barack Obama. Hussein Obama, don't forget his middle name. So there's no conspiracy. The conspiracy is the American people have a lot of them have gotten really stupid. So then don't turn around and complain and try and figure out what's going on, because what's going on is that we voted these people into office. That's what the shame is. And there is no conspiracy, right? So I'm tired of hearing about that, the Illuminati this and Illuminati that. Listen, a lot of these Hollywood stars, there is no Hollywood whackers and all of this crazy nonsense. You know, a lot of these liberals, these nuts, if you look into their eyes, if you watch them on stage, they are drug addicts. A lot of them. They're drug addicts. They overdose. They slam their cars in the poles because they're driving high and they're driving drunk. There is no people out here killing them, and they're killing themselves. There is no government agency sitting in a dark room somewhere conspiring against the American people. They don't have to. You got people like Barack Obama that can look you dead in your eye and sell you Obamacare. And they didn't vote for him once. They voted for him twice. There is, and I believe if Peter ran again, I think he would have won a third time. So there is no conspiracy. When you get your mail and your Obamacare premiums have gone up 115%, the conspiracy is you went and voted for him again over somebody like Donald Trump. There is no conspiracy. You're an idiot. That's what's going on. I'm tired of hearing the people talk about the man, and there's this conspiracy, and there's the Illuminati, and there's this old ancient group. You are a moron. There is no such thing. They don't have to lie. We've been so dumbed down as a country. They don't have to lie to you. They come right on TV, Hillary Clinton, and will tell you exactly. She told one of the reasons that she lost some of those states like Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia, you know, coal mining country, is because she went right to the coal miners, got on stage and said, your jobs aren't coming back. And you know those states were actually close. Donald Trump only won those states by 5 to 10,000 votes. So when you can come into a city, when you can come into a state, look those people in the state in the eye and tell them, I'm not going to save your jobs, and they still go out and vote for them. The only conspiracy is that you're a moron. There is no conspiracy. You're just so stupid and you're just so liberal that you would vote for her no matter what she said. So then when you lose your job and when you can't pay your mortgage, there is no man. There is no conspiracy. You're stupid and you believe these lies for the umpteenth time. That's what's going on in our country. Thankfully, we had 62 million people that had brains that could actually think, and they went to the poll and they voted for Donald Trump. I mean, it should have been way more than that, but at least we had enough. Hold on, we're getting a call. You're live on the air. You're live on the air. Hello?
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 Hi there, can I speak with the person that handles the central account for your business?
Oh, you're live on the air right now. I'm doing a radio show.
Is there a better time to call back?
Yeah, but that's what's going on. We get those calls from time to time, and but that's what's going on, and it's absolutely ridiculous. There is no conspiracy. There is no government conspiracy. If you'd like to call in, though, I don't know why these bill collectors don't care if you're doing a show or not. But if you would like to call in live, that phone that you just heard ring, 702-983-0711. 702-983-0711. I am on the air Monday through Friday, 1 to 1:30 Pacific time. And the number, this phone right here, you can call in if you want to talk to me, yell at me, disagree with me, give your opinion. 702-983-0711. And you can talk to me live on my show. Or I tell you what, because I'm that kind of a person, this is my phone right here. And if you would like to be on my radio show, if you would like to talk to the producer and come in and do Chris Garcia, the Conservative American, I have chairs. We have a lot of guests coming on. But if you would like to do our show, that is fantastic. If you'd like to leave me a voicemail, if you would like to talk to me about anything, if you'd like to donate to the show, all of these shows cost money to stay on the air. And if you'd like to make a small donation, you can call in once again and we can set that up. Or if you'd like to just leave me a message and let me know what you like or dislike about the show, or would like to set up an opportunity to be on the show, you can call me 702-600-0005. It's an easy number to remember. 702-600-0005. And you can call this phone. This is my phone 24/7. If I don't answer, then leave me a message. And I would love to hear from you. And we can set up a time if you'd like to come on the show, or if you're out of state, if you're out of the Las Vegas area, we can set up a time where you can call in and do the radio show live. And if not, if you're going to be in town, we can set you up with our producer, CN, and we would love to have you come in and talk to us and be on our show. Once again, my personal number, 702-600-0005. How many radio hosts do that? But that's just how interested I am in the American people and what they have to say. I'd love to talk to you anytime. Once again, you can call on it and be live on the radio show. This phone right here, and I will answer it. 702-983-0711. And that's from 1 to 1:30 Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Let me just get back to what I was talking about. It's absolutely ridiculous. There is no conspiracy. There is no boogeyman. We have to get past that. Go and vote. When you don't vote, you can't complain. Wasn't that amazing how Colin Kaepernick and Black Lives Matter said that there's this conspiracy to kill young African Americans, and then he didn't even go vote? Is that amazing? Everybody said they lost respect for him. How can you complain and you don't even vote? But that's what's going on. They love to just hear themselves talk. They don't care about America. They don't care about young African Americans. I know this because I'm from an African American community on the south side of Chicago, and those people do absolutely nothing. They have a barbecue and a march once a year, and for the rest of the year, 50 people are getting shot every weekend in Chicago. Barack Obama, Rahm Emanuel, Jesse Jackson could care less about what's going on in Chicago. People keep asking questions. Hannity keeps asking questions. Bill O'Reilly keeps asking questions. Donald Trump keeps asking questions. And when they ask questions, they're said that they're racist, that you have no right to talk about the African American community. You have no right to ask questions of what's going on. In fact, you're talking to white people, so you have no right to even mention black people. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And that's what's going on in this country. We, especially in the African American community, we've hired illiterate fools to be the leaders of the African American community, and that's why your neighborhoods are in the situation that they're in. They're ridiculous because of the people. I was so glad to see Jim Brown and Ray Lewis go and meet with Donald Trump and even Kanye West, who was a fellow South Sider from Chicago, because we need to start sending people like Jim Brown, who is an activist who actually walks the walk and talks the talk. And those are the people Donald Trump is interested in meeting. And he's not interested in meeting with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton because they've been around for 40 years. And the only thing that's happened is these slums and these ghettos, which is exactly what Donald Trump called them, only getting worse. And then they come around for donations, and they come around every 4 years, and nothing gets done. It's a joke. Those cities, LA, inner city LA, and Chicago and Milwaukee, which David Clark has to fight against up in Milwaukee. Awesome sheriff. I would love to have him on the show whenever he has time. But there's nothing getting done. These aren't conspiracies. There is no men sitting in offices in dark suits and sunglasses conspiring against you. They come right to you. They think you're stupid. They ask you for your vote. You vote for them, and they do absolutely nothing. Then they come back in 4 years, and they say, hey, man, we put a liquor store on the corner. We need your vote again. They give them $20, and they vote for him again, and then for the next 4 years, they talk about the man. And there's a conspiracy. There is no conspiracy. Stop it. You all are nuts. Take off your foil hats. There's no such thing. These people don't even try and lie anymore. They say politicians lie. I say, no, they don't. Politicians don't lie. They come right to you, tell you they're not going to do anything, and then they don't do anything. I've never heard them really promise anything. Those aren't promises. When Barack Obama told you about Obamacare, he told you about Obamacare. There was no conspiracy. When you did the math, if you were a third grader and you did the math, you knew we were going to wind up paying for Obamacare. He wasn't lying to you. It was ridiculous. Bill Clinton, you heard him say it's the most ridiculous health care plan. He said it's a joke. He got caught on tape saying it. This is the man who was married to his Secretary of State. Bill Clinton said it's the stupidest thing he's ever heard of in his life. So Barack Obama didn't lie to you. Barack Obama told you before he was elected, while he was elected, and now. He's not going to do anything for you. He's not going to do anything. And yet I believe he would have won again. That's how stupid some of the people are in this country. There is no conspiracy. I'm tired of hearing about it. No government conspiracy. Just a bunch of dumb people that continue to love to be told what they want to hear. And it's not the truth. If you do any investigating, if you take out a calculator and you punch any numbers in and add up what some of these programs are going to cost the American people, we're going to be $30 trillion in debt really, really soon if we don't start putting people in office like Donald Trump, who's fighting to bring jobs. I mean, Donald Trump didn't lie. Donald Trump on the campaign trail said, she's going to take your jobs overseas. I'm going to try and save your jobs. He's not even the president. How many jobs has he already saved? You want to know why he was telling the truth? Because Ford and Carrier, under the Obama-Clinton administration, had plans to take those jobs to Mexico. So he wasn't lying to the American people. He said, I'm going to save your jobs. She's going to ship your jobs overseas. No conspiracy. He was just telling the American people the truth. So that's what I'm trying to tell you all. There is no government conspiracy going on. It's just we have to wake up and we have to start putting politicians in positions that are going to help the American people and save American jobs and save American lives. Because also their military plan all over the world is a joke. I mean, we left Afghanistan, we left Iraq way too early. We left a vacuum that produced ISIS. And we're putting our own soldiers and our own people in harm's way. I mean, we're losing our jobs. We're putting our soldiers in harm's way. The national debt is doubling every 8 years under these liberal nuts. They want to expand more programs. Barack Obama, you saw him making national wildlife preserves and parks. Want to know why? Because he's getting kickbacks from the Saudis, and he wants to keep funneling gas from the Saudi kingdom, the Saudi royal family. But what about all this clean coal and all of these other resources that he said he was going to tap into when he was running for office? He did absolutely nothing. He did the same thing that Bill Clinton did. He did the same thing that George W. Bush did. They keep that oil pipeline coming because the Saudis are paying our politicians to keep the oil coming into the United States of America. And they know that Donald Trump wants to use some of our national parks and some of our national. We have a lot of oil in this country. We have a lot of national gas in this country. If we really want to be rid of the Saudis in the Middle East and want to control our own prices as far as it comes to gasoline and clean coal and other things, we have to open up some of these wildlife preserves and some of these other ridiculous national parks. We have to stop with this. Between the EPA and these emissions and these national parks, we're going to stop complaining then. There is no man that's controlling the gas prices. We control the gas prices because we keep putting people in office. They're not going to keep the gas prices the way they are. They're going to keep the oil coming from the Middle East. They're never going to change anything. So let Donald Trump have an opportunity to dig up some of our own natural resources so we control coal. We control the gas prices. There's no conspiracy. It's up to the American people. That's why I voted for Donald Trump. I know he's going to do great things for this country. There is no boogeyman stopping American people. No government conspiracy. Only people that allow things to stay the same. With that, thank you so much for listening to my show once again. You can call in 702-983-0711, Monday through Friday, 1 to 1:30 Pacific time. I told you I will always fight for American values. I will always be truthful for you. And this is something that's just been bothering me. I have so many people run up to me and say, what about this and what about this? What about nothing? It's what have you done? Who did you vote for? Or did you even vote? There's no conspiracy. There's just you. You need to look at yourself in the mirror. And once again, if you want to call, leave a comment. This is my phone. Call me. Who does that? What radio show host? 702-600-0005. 702-600-0005. You can call me direct any time of the day and night. If I can't get to you, I will respond to you. My show will be up on YouTube in just a couple of hours. Subscribe, push subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your families. Chris Garcia, the Conservative American, this show is going to grow. It's going to get big. This is the time to get in. Subscribe. Don't be a bandwagon jumper. When you watch my show tonight, push subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your families. I am a real American. I will always fight for you. I will always fight for your values. And again, God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America.